Hello YouTube, this is Alec, and this is the video I promised in my last video, my return video. This is my between 100 and 200 subscriber video. Again, I can't record gameplay, so it's another webcam based video. In this video I kind of want to talk about what I said I would talk about in my last video, which was kind of what happened to me this past year, why I vanished from YouTube again. But first I kind of want to give you a pretty much like a little backstory of why I started this channel. It feels weird doing this after only almost 200 subscribers, but then again, this channel is about 3 years old with many breaks in that 3 years. So I feel like after 3 years, the people that have been with me from the beginning or within that time period deserve at least some sort of explanation as to all of this. It's really weird to talk about why I started YouTube because I really had no major plan with it. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually, if it weren't for the hospital trips that I talked about in my last video, I would be in the middle of my 3rd year of college. So knowing that I started this YouTube channel my junior year of high school, but the plan to start it actually didn't come to be until about the plan of it started actually long before then. Actually started back in middle school, or at least the events that led it to me starting this channel. So it's about 7 years since the idea of being on YouTube started. And what ended up happening was, back in middle school, I was diagnosed with severe depression, clinical depression, high anxiety. I was actually considered suicidal for a short period of time. That's been a factor in my life ever since I got diagnosed with it. But how did that bring me into doing YouTube? Well, because of my depression, I was very shut in. I didn't like to talk to people. I didn't like to be around people. But one of the things I was told by my doctor was I needed to become more social in some way. I needed to be less shut in, I guess. It's a way to put it. And I never really understood how I could do that. I had very few friends. I still only have very few friends, now that I think about it. But that really wasn't enough to help keep my mind from focusing on the depression. And one of the things I love to do is I love watching videos on YouTube, and as I got more and more as a mature gamer and started watching Let's Plays and video walkthroughs and other YouTubers that love gaming, I don't know, part of me just felt drawn to it. So that's what got me into the gaming scene on YouTube. One second. I'm actually in my bedroom now, other than my last video when I was in my living room. But the next step in my journey happened in high school. Whenever I started doing theater. My older brother had done theater for a little while, and when I went to go see him do plays, I was always in love with the theater. And so I decided to try it, and I just loved every aspect of it. I was still very shy, still very shut in, but it gave me a way to express myself more than I could outside of it. Some of you may be thinking, how does theater help you join YouTube? Well, it allowed me to begin to break out of this shell that I was in. I was able to be in front of people and perform and act. I was never myself. I was always the characters I was playing, so that's one of the things that helped drive me. And then come later on, sophomore junior year, I got World of Warcraft. and started playing it, and that's whenever I began recording. It was a little while after getting World of Warcraft. I started off with Minecraft, as many of you know from my earlier videos. One of the inspirations for me to start playing Minecraft was another YouTube by the name of X. It was from his YouTube channel, his YouTube Let's Play of Minecraft, that got me actually willing to join and start playing, and so that's why that was my first game I introduced on YouTube. My few videos I did of StarCraft, as you know, was inspired by Husky StarCraft. I'm still a big fan, even though I don't play StarCraft anymore, so I still watch all of his videos of commentary on gameplay. But that goes back to what I was saying earlier about watching these video game YouTubers and being inspired to do something. It gave me something to do other than be shut in. That's what YouTube has really been able to do for me. It's been able to get me out of this, if not fully out of it, something else to focus on other than the depressions that I have to deal with, or these random bouts of depressions that go on and on and on in my life. So that's why I essentially started this channel, was to give myself kind of an escape, something to do to keep myself occupied, to keep my mind occupied. I've said it in videos before, I believe, I never started this channel for the views. I never started it to get subscriptions. I never started it to, well, never with the anticipation of getting views and subscriptions, I should say. Don't get me wrong, I love them, but that was never my original intent. I never, like I said in my last video, I never thought I'd ever get past 5 subscriptions, so. But, as things went on, I started to fall more and more in love with this channel, and as I saw more and more people subscribing to it and commenting on videos and things like that, it gave me something really to look forward to and essentially do what I wanted it to do, which was give me something to focus on other than my depression. That gets to where the long year hiatus that happened after my last video, it's actually starting before that last video. Unfortunately, I had an incident where my depression came back full force, and I was actually hospitalized for a few days. This was the first of the 2 hospital trips. Actually, I was in the hospital for about 5 days, pretty much under observation, counseling, put on medication and things like that. Thankfully, I had great friends outside of it. This huge support system I didn't know I had opened up to me, with the people I was hanging out with the people that I talked to as I got out. But I didn't jump right back into recording because I was still dealing with what had happened. For those of you that have never been put into a hospital or an institution like that before, it's hard to put into words the aftershocks, the long-term, not long-term effects, the side effects that happen when you get out for the first time, especially if you're there for depression. It takes a good bit of time. It's different for each person, but it takes a good bit of time to readjust yourself back to life again, to be around other people and get back into your normal habits again. And unfortunately for me, while I was in that process of starting to get back to that, I'd finally gotten back used to going to classes in school again. I finally got used to being around and sociable again. I was getting ready to start doing YouTube again, and this is where the big hospital visit, the one I talked about last time, I suffered what we thought might have been a heart attack and was rushed to the emergency room. It was honestly one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. I was there for about 8 I was there for about 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours, roughly. And we essentially had no cause of what happened. It just really shook me up. I was on the trip there and waiting, before the ambulance got to my room, before I got to the hospital. Essentially, until the doctor told me I was fine, I was honestly sorry. I was honestly very convinced I was possibly going to die. I didn't know what was going to happen. That was about 2 months after the video I did with Cody NCS, or no, it might have been even longer, 2 or 3 months after that. But that began the actual portion of my hiatus. I had to leave my job, I had to leave my school, I had to move back home, and I didn't have the money anymore to afford to play video games, to get all the stuff I need. That's why I'm still with my new computer. That's why I'm still using this old computer with the crappy processing and all that. That's essentially what caused this hiatus. Another thing I want to talk about in this video, and I know it's been kind of going on for a little while now, and I'm gonna wrap it up after this point, but the last thing I want to talk about is I kind of gave an explanation as to what YouTube was able to do for me, but I really didn't give an example of why I chose gaming for YouTube. And yes, it's part of the reason was because I was a gamer, but it goes deeper if you look into it. I may do a video later on about exactly what I'm talking about, but through video games I was able to deal with a lot of situations that I wasn't able to deal with before. The best example I can give to you is right now it's actually on the screen right now. I muted the TV because my controller was dying, so I hooked it back up to my PS3 and muted the TV and went to this video. But I'm actually for the first time playing Persona 3 FES, and there are parts in this game, if you haven't played it, I won't try to spoil too much for it, but there are parts in this game where characters die, where you lose people, and one of the big points about the game is the characters trying to move on from these tragedies. One of the most hot topic games to talk about is Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the biggest love-hate games there is. It's a big game about, even from the beginning of its design, it was about being able to move on from losing somebody, moving on from somebody dying, how to move on. And it was games like that that really helped me experience how to deal with loss, how to deal with sadness and depression. And so that's the reason why I chose gaming, because these games were able to do that for me. These games were able to help me find these answers, and so by being able to, once I get this capture card system and being able to record those, I'm able to do the same thing for you people that did for me. Able to go on and record these games that help me find answers through what was going on in my real life. And hopefully if you're dealing with the same things too, and you happen to find upon my videos, these Let's Plays, able to give you the same answers as well. Again, I just want to thank everybody that subscribed and that's watched my videos and commented. Again, that's part of the main reason I'm still here doing these videos even after all this time. I'm working as hard as I can to get new software, new stuff in order to record better. So I just wanted to give you that little backstory, that little insight into my life. So I figured after all this, after everything you guys have done for me, you deserved at least that much. I'm going to try to record something in the next few days with either Minecraft or World of Warcraft. I'm going to see how that works, but either way, thank you all for everything you've done. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to. It's completely up to you. This was Alec, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.